Like Penn State played Maryland over the weekend, and there was so many layers to this between the sort of the on-field skirmish.
Let's peel the onion, Starkey.
Not shaking hands, and then the game itself, which I thought was a very winnable game for Penn State. And I'm watching Hackenberg, and I know you and Gordy Jones watch these with your binoculars as well. His antics on the sideline, maybe he needs to show more composure, but you forget he's only 19. But my question to you is, was he upset because they weren't blocking offensive, the line wasn't blocking, and his running back, Akil Lynch, they weren't running good patterns? Or was he upset about the play calling?
Well, I think the fact that he's upset on the sidelines and upset when he's interacting with the coaches, I just think logically that's about the offense and the play calling and what are we doing. And I mean, I think he's frustrated because things aren't going well, and all those things you mentioned go into why it's not going well, of course. But yeah, I think he can't help in his own mind compare and contrast this to last year and Bill O'Brien, who was such a mentor to him. And I think that's an issue going forward. Franklin said yesterday in his press conference that they met on Monday. Franklin and Hackenberg one-on-one really went through some of these things and really did talk about expressing it. He's got to do a better job as the leader of the team in terms of expressing his frustration, which I think is accurate. I don't think that's at all unreasonable. Yeah.
As they sat down and talked, I hope Hackenberg, it even looked like it happened during the game. Hackenberg showed these guys, this is what I'm better at. He's better in a shotgun. He's better at times in a no-huddle offense. Let him play call out there. He's a very sharp, smart individual out there. Yeah. And when they scored their touchdown, he was going no-huddle, shotgun. Yeah. You could see he was waving the guys on the line. Maryland looked like they faked an injury because they were winded. Okay, and they threw the tight end, Jesse James, and Jesse James' name, he has not been called very much this year, which was a play you saw a lot last year. Yeah. And it worked. I thought, good, go back to this, run this. And they went back to him under center, huddling up. Yeah,
I wrote about a month ago that I think they ought to be a no-huddle shotgun spread offense team. Make the defense account for the tight ends as receivers. Yeah. That's a more effective sort of blocking, occupying defenders that way than having the tight ends actually block because they're not very good at it. Good. And if you notice, most of their successful drives this season, I would say certainly after the Central Florida game, have come in kind of hurried 2-minute offense type situations. Yes. Even against Ohio State, yes. Think of that. I mean, against a team of that quality. Certainly Rutgers, that's what won it for him. So it seems that way. I hate to constantly be going to play calling. I think that's sort of the most knee-jerk fan thing you can do, but the evidence here is pretty strong. I just think that Penn State, it would help. I mean, look, we've talked to death about the offensive line, and it remains an issue, but it would help if they rethought what they're doing offensively a little bit.
The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over again. I understand you want repetition, and this is what you want your program to be like, but it ain't working. 3rd and 6, and all they need to do is get a first down, and they probably can close out that game, and they run up the middle again. It hasn't worked. Instead, roll out, have your tight ends there. This is the kind of stuff we've seen the last 2 years. It's worked. Where was Jesse James? Where's Wilkerson? Where's
despite everything we've said, Penn State's ahead 16-7. Maryland kicks a field goal. And then Penn State fumbles the ensuing kickoff. If that doesn't happen, Penn State might win. Almost certainly wins the game, I think, and might win it comfortably.
And if Diggs was ejected at the beginning for touching the referee,
that's a whole other thing we could go to, Starkey. There you go.